Hey guys, welcome back to Football Shirt February, day number 25. Good to have you here. Thanks for tuning in to watch today's shirt showing. And if you like what you see, please give a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on everything that I do here on my YouTube channel. But of course, today we are counting down the days again of Football Shirt February, and we've just got a few more days left in the month. And we're going to be looking at a shirt from Dutch Masters Ajax today, a retro shirt. It's a remake shirt of an original from the 1989-1990 season. But the reason why I picked it up, being also a retro remake, is just because it's such a cool looking shirt. And I've seen a lot of remakes out there of this available from Umbro, as well as some shirts that are kicking around on a few of the retro selling websites that are authentic shirts. At least they say they're authentic shirts from back in the day of 1989 to 1990, well over 30 years ago. And of course, I'm talking about a really cool shirt that I'm going to grab off my rack now to show you. Now, here is that fantastic shirt from Ajax from just over 30 years ago. A brilliant shirt, and one that, as a remake, as a retro shirt, it feels just like a shirt from the 1990s, and I'll explain a little bit more of that in just a minute. But I absolutely love this shirt. I'm not necessarily a fan of Ajax. I don't hate them. I don't love them. But I just think this shirt is so cool. I love the graphics on it, and it is that quintessential 90s Umbro graphics all over top. And when I saw it available and nicely priced as a retro shirt, I just thought that would be great in my collection. And I've worn it a few times. Yeah, the only issue is it's just a little bit of a 90s feel. It's a bit too small, or not too small, I should say. It's a little bit tight, a little bit form-fitting, but in a way, it's what you would expect from a shirt from the 90s when footballers and fans were maybe a little bit smaller. But again, it's such a cool shirt. I love these red and blue graphics that go diagonally, and then you've got some, the graphics that go the north and south. And you've got this pinstriping up here. You've got the old Ajax badge there, which is, it takes a minute to look at. It's like one of those pictures that you have to look at for a while with all the graphics to make out after a while. But you've got this badge, the Umbro logo here. You've got the collar with a single button, which looks great. And then on the back, yeah, it's just more of the same as the graphics go around to the back, the pinstriping and the blues there. And then on the sleeves, you've got the graphics as well. And the material is like a kind of a thin nylonish polyester material. And yeah, it's very slick, very sleek. And I really like this shirt. I really fell in love with that when I saw it available, and I had to pounce on it when I did. And that's our Football Shirt February shirt of the day today. Now, I was talking about shirts from the 90s and the way that they feel. And so I've got this shirt. This is my only authentic shirt from the 90s in my collection. And this comes from the Kansas City Wiz. You might know them better today as Sporting Kansas City, the Major League Soccer team, who were also at one time known as Kansas City Wizards. Now, this shirt came from the 1996 MLS season. And I've talked about this shirt before on the channel a long, long time ago when I was fooling around with making a few videos. I talked about this shirt, and I might talk about it again before Football Shirt February ends. But this is a very similar feel this shirt has. It's a polyester, 100% polyester shirt, very similar to the Ajax top. And yeah, you can definitely tell it's such a huge difference between what football shirts are today and what they were in the 1990s. If you don't know, Kansas City Wizards, Sporting Kansas City, as they're now known as, in their first year of play in Major League Soccer, they were known as the Wiz, which was a play on Wizard of Oz. So If you didn't know that, then well, now you do. And then obviously you've got the crazy colors of the 1990s. This is one of the what has been called the rainbow shirts that Sporting Kansas City wore when they were the Wiz or the Wizards. But anyhow, the material is very similar to polyester. If you've had um, any kind of athletic tops from the 1990s, and you'll probably know what that feeling is like. This makes me think of just shirts I had playing sports in school, whether it was basketball, soccer, whatever. Just very much reminds me of that. Completely different than what modern shirts are made out of. And speaking of modern shirts, I mean that makes me also think about yesterday's reports of Forest Green Rovers, League Two club here in the UK, here in England. If you didn't know who they were, they announced that a new shirt that they're going to wear on Saturday is made out of recycled coffee grounds. They've already, over the last few years, already worn shirts made from bamboo, but they've now gone for some shirts made out of recycled plastic and made out of coffee grounds, which is pretty cool. And I'd actually kind of like to have one, just to have one. I also quite fancy Forest Green Rover shirts to begin with. So I might want to look into those. I think they're only currently their bamboo shirts are only like 40 quid online from their club shop. I've noticed. So I might have to spring in on one of those. But just that difference between modern times, 2021, and what shirts were like 30 years ago. Now they're making them out of coffee grounds instead of 100% polyester, in which you're sweating your butt off, and this isn't soaking up any of that sweat. It's just running off you. So anyhow, I'm going to pop this on. It's a little bit small, but we'll try it on and see how it looks in just a second. Okay, so here is that Ajax 1989-1990 shirt. And you know what? It fits better than I remember it fitting. I haven't worn it in quite a number of months. Just it's been sitting in storage. As I've told you before, moved houses in January, so I didn't have many football shirts with me while I was staying in some temporary accommodation. So this was in a box for some time. So putting it on actually probably for the first time since probably the summer of 2020. But man, that fits really well. It feels like it's going to be a little bit tight when you pull it on, but yeah, it fits all right, and it's not stretchy. There's no stretch really in it at all. This 100% polyester shirt. So if you get a remake or a retro shirt, you might want to get a size slightly bigger. Also, if you get a size slightly bigger, it gives that late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s effect of what players wore. You look back at shirts that players wore during games and the kits that they wore and how billowy the shirts were and how baggy they were compared to nowadays. It's just such a different time period looking at shirts like that. But again, this fits pretty well, and I love the way it looks. I think it looks really cool. Yeah, can't complain on that. So if you're wanting to get a retro look going, then this is definitely the shirt to have. And the collar, I like a shirt with a collar. This is obviously not a flap over collar. It's just got the one button. I'm more of a fan of the flap over collars, but this one goes well with the shirt. And overall, yeah, I think it looks great and is a definite winner. I don't really, I don't really fancy going out and buying a lot of these retro remake shirts. I have a couple of Liverpool ones. Yeah, I have a couple of Liverpool ones in my collection back from the late 80s, early 90s. But I don't really fancy. There's so many great shirts out there now. I don't tend to go back and to get some of these retro shirts or to go back and buy shirts from 10, 15 years ago. Just because I love a lot of the shirts that are coming out nowadays, and I want to pick up those. So this is one of those rare tops that I have at the moment. Yeah, in my collection on my rack. So yeah, this is a great shirt, and if you're thinking about getting one, go for it. This is a really cool one, and one of the famous teams from Europe, Ajax. So guys, that is my shirt today for Football Shirt February, day number 25. Only a couple more days, 3 more days just left in February. So I'm going to pick out 3 more shirts. Let me know if there's anything out there that you're interested in seeing in the comments below. I'd love to have some more comments and to have some more communication with you guys. and also please like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date. We might take a look at shirts in Germany, a shirt from Germany tomorrow, a team from there. I've got a shirt coming, should be here hopefully by the weekend. Might be showing off a shirt that I'm pretty excited about. I picked up from Classic Football Shirts, so waiting for that to come up or to be dropped off, and yeah, we might use that in the next couple of videos. But again, like I've said before, I think once we get into March, we're going to look at some other things. We'll get away from the football shirts, except for maybe every Friday, or do this a bit sparingly. And yeah, we'll look at some other things, some other content that I'll be throwing up here on the channel. Let me know if there's anything that you want to see, want me to talk about, and yeah, we'll go forward with that. So guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for Football Shirt February date number 26.